This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
As someone who gets a fair share of threats, up to and including death threats online from Trump supporters, this story resonates with me. Our politics and our engagement with one another has coarsened to the level that death threats are a regular thing. They used to be a fringe element of public life, and they have gotten to the point where not only do congressmen and women receive death threats and threats to their families, but people like me, idiots on the internet, YouTubers. I've had police in my living room dealing with credible, direct threats to my life. So I can't imagine what it's like for someone like Representative Eric Swalwell from California and the deluge of threats that he must receive on a daily basis. And then there's the other element of do this for me. Imagine working at a job. Eric Swalwell has an unconventional job being a member of Congress, but it's a job. He has coworkers. He has employees. Imagine working at a job and having your coworkers, your colleagues, your peers, ostensibly peers, creating an atmosphere where others are threatening your life and the life of your family, your children. And that's the situation we find ourselves in. Yesterday, Eric Swalwell tweeted this: "Today I gave a tour in the Capitol and was stopped by a father with his young boy. The father yelled at me, 'Hey, Swalwell,' and then told his son, 'That's Swalwell. He's trouble. He doesn't back Trump.' I kept walking and felt sad for the boy. He's being raised in a cult family." Now, none of that is untrue. These people are cultish. The Trump saga that we've lived through has created a cult mentality among low information, previously unengaged political operators, likely like this father who was in the United States Capitol. And when I talk about working in a situation where your coworker is increasing the number of threats, or at the very least not condemning them, I'm talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, who quote tweeted this particular tweet and said, "No way that happened, because we all know good Trump supporting fathers would say, that's the Democrat who had sex with a Chinese spy." One, if you don't know the whole saga of, to keep using that word, this nonsense about Christine Fang, who was a legit Chinese spy who had sex with several mayors across the country and was trying to engage with up and coming political operators in the United States, politicians. And when she introduced someone to work as an intern in Eric Swalwell's office, he took some photos with her. The FBI warned him, hey, this is a situation, and he immediately cut off contact with her because he's a good American who worries about the interest of the United States. He's not taking money from foreign sources. None of that has been alleged. Even the sex has not been alleged by the FBI. But it has been alleged against other mayors and political figures across the country with this woman. But this is something that conservatives make hay about. They lie about. There's no controversy here other than it happened, the FBI warned him, and he cut off all contact with this person who is attempting to either create a source, an asset of the Chinese government, or just gain information. We don't know. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, the coworker of Eric Swalwell, is inciting people like the man I'm getting ready to talk about, because Eric Swalwell followed that tweet up with this. Have a listen. Marjorie loves to play the victim, but she's an inciter of violence. Her constant attacks, even after the FBI said I was never suspected of wrongdoing, led to threatening calls like this. The caller from today threatened to kill my 3 children. Listen to this clip. Listen to this deranged idiot threatening not just the life of Eric Swalwell, but of his 3 young kids.
Hey, you little cocksucker. You still banging the Chinese spy fang fang? And stinking up the fucking Capitol with your farts? You little cocksucker. We're coming to your house this weekend. Gonna get you and them little mutant bastards, them little mutant offspring of yours. We're gonna get you.
Yeah. Hey, you little cocksucker. You still banging the Chinese spy fang fang. We're coming to your house this weekend. This weekend. We're gonna get you and them little mutant bastards, them little mutant offspring of yours. We're gonna get you. No word from Marjorie Taylor Greene about, oh, this is reprehensible. We can't have this. The same woman who complains about a comedy puppet, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, stalking her, harassing her. She has to have her staff scurry her away, ferry her in automobiles away from the scary comedy puppet. That same woman literally stalked Parkland school shooting survivors, has literally stalked Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Political theater is one thing. When you run your fucking mouth to try to get a headline. When you act like an idiot to get a headline. But when you're actually engaged in inciting violence against your coworkers and nothing happens to you, Kevin McCarthy, I'm talking to you. When you are feckless and powerless, gutless, spineless, you do nothing to curtail this behavior, you're a disgrace. No one deserves this violence. If you disagree, disagree. If you want to run your mouth, run your mouth. Let's talk about our policy differences. But you don't get to promulgate violence against American citizens, against sitting congressmen, against their families. And that is precisely what this vile, sinister hypocrite is doing. Gross, but dangerous. What do you think? I would love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I appreciate you engaging with my content. Look, as somebody who does put my phone number out there and my email address out there, I expect there to be the nuts. I very rarely play voicemails from the maniacs who call. Mainly because it's while it's maybe entertaining, it doesn't really get to the heart of what the mission of what I want this show to be. And that is to talk about the importance of our democracy and preserving and maintaining our republic. These are dangerous times brought on by an autocrat. Just as Vladimir Putin wants to sow discontent in the United States and exploit our differences, so did Donald Trump. Just as some hostile foreign leader wants discord in the United States, so does Donald Trump and his acolytes. It is a trickle-down system of idiocy and dangerous rhetoric, starting from the top with their God King, Donald Trump, and now down to the idiots in Congress. The Louis Gohmerts, the Marjorie Taylor Greenes, the Paul Gosars, the Lauren Boeberts. All of these people are to blame. All of these people are culpable. Let's talk about it on social media. You can follow me. I am at Dollemore on Twitter, at Dollemore on Instagram, and at Dollemore on TikTok. I appreciate you very much. Listen, if I am your flavor of political commentator, if you appreciate what I do, if you want to help support my work, help produce what I do here on the channel, you can click the join button below this video, become a channel member for $1.99 a month, just pennies a day. Or you can go over to patreon.com/I Doubt It Podcast. Both those are great ways to support what I do here. I know it says I Doubt It Podcast. That's another element of the content and the media that we create here. And they won't let us change the name of the website. So you can also just go to Team Dollemore. That'll actually redirect you to the Patreon site. Maybe I should just start saying that. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. Be genuine. Take care of one another.